Because we don't know if you're working for over there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
That's the reason why. Because
okay.
we never know what they're doing. What, let's say you're telling me from, I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe it is, but then we don't know if you're just taking the vote to see how this is working, and later on.
Do you think it has to do with some of the violence over there?
Yeah, actually, it's not only that. It's because we do have people that want to like cross over, so they probably want to send people to take pictures of how the fuero, and even the guards are working. That way, they already know how many there are, how many is in there. They already know how many to come.
Breaking news out of Juarez tonight.
A 25-year-old El Pasoan brutally murdered in Juarez yesterday.
And we have more violence to report across the border this morning.
Welcome back. Thousands of murders and multiple travel warnings. There are plenty of reasons to avoid going to Juarez if you don't have to.
Well, the death toll from a massacre at a Juarez party is climbing. And tonight, we're finding out just how young some of the victims were.
Beginning in January 2008, the violence reached a level that had never been seen before. In 2007, about 320 people were murdered in the city of Juarez. At that time, the city was estimated to have about 1.5 million people. That's a high number of murders. It comes out to a murder rate of about 25 per 100,000 in 2007. But in 2008, the murders jumped to over 1,600 in the space of the year, leading to a murder rate of about 100 per 100,000. In 2009, the murders increased even more to over 2,700 in a year. And this year, 2010, we are at the end of the month of October, and there have already been more than 2,600 murders in the city so far this year. So we'll definitely surpass, Ciudad Juarez will definitely surpass the number of murders ever recorded in the city. Definitely the highest murder rate of any city in the world that we know of, that we have numbers for.
Yo vivo en Ciudad Juárez, llevo 2 años estudiando en la Universidad de Texas en El Paso, en Utah. Cruzo todos los días, de lunes a viernes estoy cruzando, pero la mayor parte que cruzo, la mayoría de las veces, sí hago arriba de 1 hora y media. Yo me acuerdo que de niño, pues sí, no se estaba viviendo nada de esto, y de niño podía salir a las calles y a jugar en los parques a gusto con mis amigos. La ciudad se siente tensa.
O sea, vive siempre uno todos los días con el temor. Bueno, yo vivo con el temor de ir a la casa y luego regresarme bien temprano con mi hijo. Antes de que uno podía pasear, llevar al niño a que se divirtiera, ¿verdad? Pero ahora no, ya cambió. Ya cambió, ahora ya está muy feo.
Mi mamá vive en Juárez. Tratamos de hacerlo cada 8 días. Yo te diría que yo voy a Juárez el 95% de los fines de semana, de todos los fines de semana. Entonces decidimos ir al Paso para festejar mi cumpleaños, y en el regreso, cuando fui a llevar a mi amiga a su casa, nos asaltan. Voy manejando y nos sigue un coche, nos sigue por 2 cuadras. La camioneta nos arrebasó, nos cerró el camino. Yo traté de huir, me eché en reversa, pero inmediatamente bajaron 4 sujetos de la camioneta, y ellos portaban armas. Y entonces ya cuando vi que las armas eran de largo alcance porque tenían luz láser, entonces ya yo me detuve, pensé que esto era una situación en serio, y entonces simplemente decidí pues manejar el miedo, que fue calmarme con ellos, escuchar lo que me decían, seguir sus órdenes. A mí lo primero que me quitaron fueron las llaves, después el celular, después la bolsa, pero yo en ese momento yo estaba segura que sí me iban a llevar, ¿no?
Unfortunately, a lot of innocent people are being victimized, and the violence is not just drug related. The violence is economically motivated, where poor people need access to resources. Poverty is the #1 determinant in all of the violence. So this exploitation and kidnapping and things like that takes on a whole new life in a desperate or low-income community.
Many people have left the city. People who have resources, middle-class people, people with property that they can sell, have tried to leave the city, have come to El Paso to live, or to Las Cruces or surrounding areas.
Well, yeah, I remember, the nightlife, we could call it tourism in Juarez. It's dead now. The central area was really popular for, kids from El Paso. They used to just leave their cars on the other side of the bridge and then just cross and do the $15, drink and drown, and then eat a burrito and just go back, La Juarez now is torn to pieces. There's nothing there. Some parts they're remodeling, but eventually with all the businesses leaving, it's dead.
Y ya casi no hay muchos negocios, no hay fábricas, los centros comerciales muchos ya ni existen. Pero sí, ahorita vivir en Juárez está carajo. Sí. Ahorita casi no hay trabajo en Juárez, es bien difícil encontrar. Muchos negocios cerraron por extorsiones y mejor prefirieron cerrar e irse o al sur o para acá, para Estados Unidos.
You can see how the other people with money in Juárez that left their businesses over there moved to El Paso and have their businesses here in El Paso.
And my last trip to Juarez, 80% of the businesses were boarded up and closed down on Juarez Avenue, and it was very different.
Que la violencia, los secuestros, porque la gente, los dueños emigran para acá y pues la gente se queda sin trabajo, se queda sin empleo, las familias pues se quedan quizá en la pobreza, incluso unos vecinos que viven enfrente de mi casa, pues que ellos tienen un negocio, una panadería, tenían pues, y pues desgraciadamente los secuestradores les pidieron cuota y tuvieron que cerrar su negocio.
The bigger businesses, the cartels go and be like, hey, well, give us a cut of what of your earnings. You ask for a monthly fee, let's say it. If you don't pay, they'll burn out your business or they go against you or your family. You could see that everybody was closing their business before anything could happen. Yeah.
Mucha gente dice que a lo mejor son los mismos ex policías que no tienen trabajo, de los que corrieron en la administración pasada. Muchos piensan que son ellos, que no hay dinero, que no hay trabajo y empiezan a robar y extorsionar a la gente.
Well, I guess the whole environment of the city getting really, I don't want to say hostile, but it felt tense. It was really tense. I don't want to be over dramatic, but you can tell in the people that every day hearing the news and more people dying and more people dying. So people.
I do. I have half of my family that lives in Juarez. From my mom's side, it's just sad that I can't go over for Christmas like I used to. We used to go every year to my grandma's house and we used to get together there. We can't do that anymore. Or for New Year, we can't go. And we haven't done it in, like I said, 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, it's sad, and my mom's always worried about my grandma, my aunt, because my aunt works and she's always driving back and forth. So she's in danger every day. And we can't go out there to see her because, we're scared. I mean, I guess we could, but we don't because it's just the violence stops us from going over there.
This is harsh stuff. I have to believe that eventually the human rights people, the people who document human rights abuses, people at the international and the national level in Mexico will be able to obtain the documentation which will show what's really going on.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. ¡Que renuncie Calderón! ¡Alto a los asesinos! ¡Alto! ¡Alto a los asesinos! ¡Alto! ¡Que se va!
Cónsul Hernández, muchísimas gracias por aceptar nuestra visita, que va a ser al parecer recurrente porque estamos muy preocupados y heridos además en nuestras familias, en nuestros amigos, en nuestros compañeros por los asesinatos que se han estado perpetrando contra la población civil de México, no solamente de Ciudad Juárez, y todavía mucho más preocupados por el ataque que se ha hecho a las expresiones de los estudiantes de Ciudad Juárez y otros miembros de la sociedad civil, quienes, como usted lo sabe, fueron atacados por la Policía Federal el viernes en instalaciones de la Universidad Autónoma de Ciudad Juárez. Esto nosotros consideramos que no debió de haber sucedido jamás y que nos atañe, nos perjudica a nuestra comunidad localmente, pero es también algo que le perjudica a la humanidad entera. Estamos realmente preocupados, pero también estamos organizándonos para que esto no vuelva a suceder y para restablecer las garantías, los derechos civiles y los derechos humanos en el país. Tengo esta carta que vamos a enviar al Alto Comisionado de Derechos Humanos en Suiza y con copia, por supuesto, al presidente Calderón y a otros oficiales, pero queremos que usted tenga una copia, depositar una copia de esta carta. No tiene todavía todas las firmas para que usted se entere de cuál es nuestra petición, y también el doctor Lugo y el compañero Willibaldo Delgadillo van a
Kind of stress that I just honestly can't imagine. I cannot imagine living that way. And so when you talk to people from Juarez who are here now, I think it's real important for us to consider the level of stress that ordinary people like me and you are living with every single day. And that's something that seldom gets into the news accounts. And you know, I just think in human terms, it's important for us to consider that.
None of my family members that live here in El Paso have gone to Juarez since the violence started. So, can't remember the last time I was at my grandma's.
I think they focus a lot into the violence of Juarez, and not only Juarez but Mexico, but they don't, I think nothing is being done because it comes from the top, you know, it comes from the people in government. So I don't want to blame anybody, but I think the U.S. actually has something to do with it. You know, I think something could be done, something different. And you know, it's sad to watch your city going down like that.
No, it's just funny how people think around here that it's just, you know, it's a border town and people think that it doesn't affect us, and they don't see how it affects other people, you know, the people that have ties over there, really, like myself, you know, even though it's 45 minutes away and all you have to do is cross the border to get there, it's close and it hits home. And I guess people don't understand that, and they need to be aware of that, you know, even though it's 45 minutes away, it affects people around, and it's a problem.